Alright. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Is this thing working? It's been a while since I've streamed, so I just need to make sure everything's working. Alright, I have a few notes that I have written down here. This is not going to be a short stream. This is going to be a fairly in-depth, lengthy, and hopefully quite detailed stream that I've got a lot that I want to go through. Alright. First thing first, I should probably say, hello, Internet. It's good to hear you guys. Good to see all of you guys again. I've been sick with cold. I'm still recovering from a cold, so if I sound a little bit funky, that's why. My voice is not exactly where it should be, but it is what it is. Sorry. Hello, chat. Hello. We've got a lot to go through today. I've written a list of like bullet points of things that I want to talk about. This is all relating to all of you guys, so I would appreciate it very much if you guys are able to watch the entire thing through. I do often have this thing where I would do one of these streams or do one of these talking head videos, and I would talk, and oftentimes I get like misquoted in a lot of different ways, and then people get the wrong idea because that misinformation is easier, shorter, and it also spreads like wildfire. So I would prefer, if at all possible, you could hear and watch the entire thing through. I'm going to try to cover as much topic, like as much ground as I can reasonably, and yeah, I think this all applies to you guys. I think you guys all deserve to know what's been going on, and I'd like to cover as much of that as possible. So yes. Why am I dark blue? I don't know. Alright, well, having said all that, let's get started. Today's topic, yes, is talking about Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart and the channel and all of the above, you know, standard stuff. We'll get started with that in a bit. First things first, I want to talk a little bit about where I've been gone, why I've been gone, and what's kind of happened to the channel over the last couple, I'd say, about years. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna be reading chat, but I won't be reading it out loud. I'll just be like silently. So if I giggle at something, you guys may have said something funny in chat. Alright, so the first bullet point here I have is why I stopped uploading. Let me draw a little bit of a painting for you guys to see what's going on with everything. You heavily clickbaited, don't even lie. Nah, dude, this, unfortunately, I wish this was clickbait. I really do. Anyway, so as some of you guys may know, or may not know, I've been gone. I haven't been uploading YouTube videos for the last couple. It ended, like, officially I stopped uploading around June of this year, so not that long ago, a couple months ago, but that was after the Strikers thing. That was after Rebalanced. The last official Mario Kart tutorial was last released like almost a year ago. I haven't been uploading. I have been doing Mario Kart Wii for a couple years, and I would like to talk a little bit about that. Why I've been gone. So, in short, in summary, I don't want to bore you guys with too much details. I've been having a lot of mental issues while I was gone. And it got so bad to the point where it was difficult for me to even look at the game. TWD, what are you guys talking about? TWD is my homie, bro. He's my homie, dude. I'd gladly let him put me out of business. I've been dealing with a lot of mental issues, depression, all of the above, and it got so bad to the point where I could not look at Mario Kart and play the game. It was like sticking my hand in like boiling water every time I booted up the game. It was not great. It got so bad to the point where I couldn't even like, it happened a couple years ago, and I just couldn't stand the game. And I was just kind of like keep forcing myself because, you gotta respect the grind, you gotta keep it up. So I just uploaded. But the channel died way before that. Way before a year ago when I uploaded the last video. And I was just trying to, like, pushing myself to upload as many videos as I could, even though every time I did, it would just, like, mentally wreck me for, like, a week. The videos didn't take that long to make, but because it was just so difficult for me to, like, boot up the Wii and play the game, it took a very long time. A lot longer. Eventually, it's the point where I couldn't push anymore, and then I just quit. And I stopped playing Mario Kart a couple of years ago. All of those videos, like the last tutorials I made for Mario Kart Wii, were all pre-recorded. I had recorded them all ahead of time, and that was it. I just quit. And then I was like, I wanted to try something different because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't stand Mario Kart Wii. It was weird. It was like an invisible wall was preventing me from making videos and playing Mario Kart. And I didn't know why. I didn't know what. It was like something broke in my brain, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So then I tried making Rebalanced, and I tried doing all of these other things, and eventually, like, nothing really worked. And I've tried, like, experimenting with a lot of different things. I tried different kinds of videos. As if you look at the channel, I've been, like, live streaming a lot of different random games. That was all part of that. Eventually to the point where it was rough. And I don't know how else to say it. I just couldn't stand playing Mario Kart Wii. And I didn't know why for the longest time. I didn't understand why. I just couldn't stand it. The game itself is fine. The game is great. The community is laughable at times. They're a bit stupid, but, like, which community isn't, you know? Like, I was playing Overwatch recently. I was playing Val. Their communities, they're better, but, like, marginally better. Like, people are people, you know? And I couldn't figure out why, like, it was Mario Kart Wii that, like, stung so bad. I thought you were trying to leave the community, Rufus. I was. Let me get to the points. Let me not diverge too much, because I do have, like, a list of things that I want to go through. Alright. So difficulties, playing the game. Alright. So that's rebalanced. These are all out of order. I just kind of, like, jot these down, so let me, like, quickly rearrange these notes. Alright. I just make sure I get all of these nice and organized. So anyway. Yeah, Dorian, like, the thing is, like, one thing I began to realize is when you begin hating something, when you begin to just really not enjoy something, you'll find a million different excuses. And I think that's what made it really difficult to, like, pinpoint what was the problem. The problem was impossible to pinpoint because it was like, is it bad netcode? That's the issue? Is it stale metas? Is it toxic people? Is it toxic communities? Is it, like, vocal minorities? Is it, like, what is it? And eventually you get to this point where it's like, all of these, you come to terms and it's like, these are just excuses. These are just excuses. Like, there's a root underlying problem that you just need to figure out. And I was trying to figure out what that was. And as you could probably tell, since I'm streaming, I like to believe that I did. And that problem is the next point. Let me find it. Alright. Alright. Alright, here we go. I like your shot, thank you. Has the dream camera angle on. Hold on, I need to get the camera at the point of view. He has, like, a really, like, long chin, right? Ultimately, the core underlying problem that I found, for me, I still have a cold, so my nose is gonna be a little wrong. I found out after years and years and years and years of, you know, messing with stuff and, like, trying things and playing many different games. It was, to make a long story short, hate. It was hate. That was why I didn't enjoy playing Mario Kart Wii. And that may seem like a very broad thing to say. Hate is a very strong word, and I don't like talking about it. But that was the core underlying problem, and you need to understand. You need to, like, back off and, like, think about it for a bit to really understand that. When I first started making Mario Kart Wii videos, I made videos because I thought Mario Kart Wii was cool. as most people do. I made tutorials because I felt like people needed them. I made videos because I thought people found them entertaining, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making Mario Kart videos. And then shortly after, something happened, and my videos began to pick up steam. They began, drawing in a bigger audience, and that it's kind of like when you're pushing a sled down a hill. When you push a sled down a hill, you start out by actually pushing the sled, right? It takes effort. You push it. You have to really dig your feet into the snow and walk and push it. And eventually, something happens where the sled begins moving faster than you. And that's what happened to the YouTube channel. It was, in the beginning, I was working really hard. I was enjoying what I was doing. But eventually, somewhere along the lines, it just changed, where it's I am making videos not because I want to, but because that is the natural progression that a YouTuber is supposed to do. You're supposed to get bigger numbers. Every video is supposed to be bigger and better than the next one. And eventually, you lose track of, why you did it in the beginning. It all starts like that, right? And it wasn't just that one thing. There was a few other of that exact scenarios playing out in many different fields. But eventually I got to the point where I was being hated on for trying to push myself. I was trying to become better. I was trying to improve the videos that I made. I was trying to improve the community that I was a part of, which was the Mario Kart Wii community. I joined the Mario Kart Wii, the Wimfi League. I did graphics for them. I wanted to push the production quality of the Mario Kart Wii community, the competitive side, as much as I could. So on top of me doing my own channel and running my own channel, I was also trying to push the community. I was very naive back then. Unlike a lot of you guys, I didn't grow up with the internet. Mario Kart Wii was kind of my first exposure to online culture. But anyway, so on top of that, I was pushing my community. Not my community, I was trying to improve the Mario Kart Wii community. I was trying to improve my own quality in the videos that I made. And I was also trying to improve my own skill at the game. So all of those three things, they started out where I was having fun with it. I was trying things. I was experimenting with things. And eventually something changed where it was less about me doing it because I wanted to, but more along the line because it became me doing it because I had to. Why I had to? Because there was pressure, there was expectations. You set your expectations low, folks, so no one expects anything of you. And it began to get to this point where it's I was doing so much. I was exhausting myself as much as I could. But I was spreading myself pretty thin. I was doing my best to improve at the game. And also on top of the improvement part, I had really I have chronic, I don't want to say chronic illnesses because that makes it sound like I'm a sickly kid. No. I have a lot of... The stream will stay public. It should be. I'm hoping that I could actually edit this down. That'd be great. I don't want to say chronic illnesses because I don't think I have any of those. But I do have weak joints. I have a really unlucky genetic code from my grandparents. Specifically my grandpa, who was a very sick kid. And my mom, who currently has cancer. She has joint pains. I am not physically great. I'm not in great shape. Just genetically. I'm not a sick kid, but I'm also not a strong kid. And what ended up happening is when I was actually playing Mario Kart Wii, there was a lot of pressure to become good at the game. Because you start out, you want to just play the game and have fun. But then after a while, you're okay, you're making tutorials. you're making beginner tutorials. Like, when are you going to start making expert tutorials? When are you going to be good enough to, like, you're teaching people, you should be good at the game. There was a lot of that. Like, knowing what I know now, that's obviously... I don't know if this... I don't think my sensor button works. I should have, like, a buzzer. That's BS, knowing what I know now. You don't have to be good at the game to teach the game. Right? But back then, I didn't know that. So there was a lot of pressure to improve. And every time I improved, my hands would die. I've been diagnosed with carpal tunnel, early stages of carpal tunnel. I have been diagnosed with a lot of, like, joint pains around my hands. I have been diagnosed with a lot of issues with that basically prevents me from playing Mario Kart. I had eye problems that would prevent me from staring at a screen for too long. There was a lot of issues preventing me from becoming... Like, I wanted to get good this fast. Like, as fast as I could, but I couldn't because there was a lot of issues. So on top of all of that, there was a lot of pressure to becoming good at the game. And I wasn't. For the lack of a better term, I really wasn't. And that acceptance of, like, this guy's doing something really cool. He is making tutorials for a game that, like, no tutorials exist. He is trying his best to do everything he can to help the community. He's doing everything that he could. It changed from that sentiment. It's like, oh, he's doing a really cool thing. Like, we should support that. It changed from that to, like, why aren't you doing more? Like, why do you suck so bad at the game? Why are you making beginner tutorials? Like, why aren't you making, like, where's all the advanced stuff? Even in the competitive community, I got shit on horribly. I'm sorry for cussing. I don't want to cuss too much, but, like, it was bad. And in the beginning, you're like, you tough it out. You're like, yeah, there's always going to be haters. But you just got to keep doing what you got to do, right? You keep pushing. You keep pushing. And eventually you get to the point where you wake up and you're like, wow, everyone hates me. I woke up one day and I just looked on Twitter and I'm like, I'm getting flamed. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, that's not why I picked up the game. That's not why I do this. I woke up I'm dead serious. I woke up one day, I had to deal with an entire Twitter argument. Like, drama galore. You know how it is. This was years ago, by the way. And it bled onto Discord. And at the time, Discord was my primary thing. I did everything on Discord. And I couldn't even go on Discord. Because I just get destroyed. And I'm like, yeah, it was a miserable time. And it made me stop. It, like, snapped me out of, like, my magical fantasy of, like, just doing the best that I could. And it just made me think, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I don't want to do this. But like I said earlier, when you push the sled down like a hill, it has momentum. It keeps going. The sled will continue down even if you don't want it to. So despite the fact that I was like, at that moment, I had made the decision, I don't want to play this game anymore. I still uploaded because, like, at that point, that was my life. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd write scripts all day long, go to sleep, next day I wake up, look at all those scripts, edit them, begin doing voiceovers, begin recording footage, go to sleep, next day, finish up the recording of the footage, edit everything down, watch it one more time, make a thumbnail, upload it, go to sleep. And then I just keep doing it over and over again. Like when you get so stuck doing the same thing over and over again, it's very hard to break. It takes a while. You can't just slam on the brake. There's no brake. It takes time to like slow down. A friend of mine, he described YouTube as a train. Trains are very difficult to get going. They're big, they're heavy, they don't move very fast. But once a train gets going, it goes for a very long time. Alright, let me see. Eventually, when you begin to burn out, what ends up happening is that sentiment of you doing everything that you can while everyone hates your guts. Hate is infectious. I didn't want to deal with the hate. But at the same time, I was also a little kid. Like, I wasn't a little kid. I was like 18 at the time. But this was my first exposure to being, popular or whatever it was called, That was the first time I had experienced like something like that. And I didn't know how to deal with the hate. So my thought logic was like, okay, if I'm getting hate, the thing I should do, don't do this by the way, this is a big mistake. The thing that I should be doing is I should be going over to those people and like trying to reason with these people and like talk to these people and like come to some kind of understanding. That doesn't work, unfortunately. I wish I had known that. I would actually go talk to these people who are like flaming me. And like the annoying thing is like when you talk to these people like one-on-one as a person, when you're actually talking face to face, they're okay people. I've never experienced anyone like talk like head on head and like flame, like hate me. I've never had that happen. Every time someone who's like being obnoxious or mad or whatever, I go to them and I was like, yo, you seem to have a problem, let's talk, okay? They were like, oh, let's talk, yeah, and then we would have like a really pleasant conversation. Really pleasant, like, and then you leave feeling good about it. It's like, yeah, we dissolved the issue. But the thing is, like, that doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Wish I'd known that. So anyway, I basically made the problem worse. Let's put it that way. I made the problem worse. And it got to the point where I'm not sure if it was true or not, but I felt like I was getting hate. Like, they say ignore the haters, but what happens when your entire community is a hater? Like, well, what do you do then? Anyway, let me go find the next point. That was a long point. Hopefully it illustrated like a lot of, what I was going through. That's the thing about like mental issues. Like, I expect, like, if you were a third party, if you were a viewer, you wouldn't have, most of you guys probably didn't see this. It's just because I'm so like hyper focused on what I do, that I see all of like the imperfections. And to me, those imperfections get blown out of proportion because you're grinding 8 hours a day for a video game and getting paid 2 cents an hour. When I was playing Mario Kart Wii, I think my biggest income was $150 a month. That was the biggest one. I was excited when that happened. That was crazy. $150 a month. Working every day. All day. For 30 days. Yeah, that was crazy. I remember that. Anyway. I laugh. I'm not sure that's something to laugh about. I've learned to just come to terms with it. Money never really bothered me. Like, how much money you make doesn't bother me. I did it because I enjoyed it. Anyway. So, let's fast forward. That's just okay. How much do you make now? I make less than $100 a month. Like, it's so bad because there's a YouTube payout where you only get paid in the 100 increments. Sometimes I wait a couple months before I get 100 payout because each month itself is just not enough. Well, anyway, none of that matters. Let's move on to the next point I have here, which is, let me find it. It's kind of all scattered all over the place. I'm trying to like organize like how I'm going to tell this story in my head. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got a few. Okay, here we go. One of the big cruxes of this conversation that I wanted to have, why I wanted to stream this, why I wanted to make this video, this VOD, was because I wanted to talk about what now, right? Like, I had come to terms why, like, it dawned on me, like, why I have had such a big issue playing Mario Kart Wii. And that's also why I stopped. I didn't like being around that hate. Because hate is infectious. When you're around hateful people, you become hateful. And that's just not, like, I didn't know it, like, think about it. But at the same time, I also didn't, like, I didn't enjoy it. I knew I didn't enjoy that. So I just stopped making videos. And then for the next couple of years, for the last couple of years, all I've been doing is playing games. I'd wake up, I'd get a little bit of work done, I'd help around the house, I'd study. I'm gonna be honest, I've been slacking on the studying part. But I've been playing with friends. I know it sounds sad. It kind of is, if you really stop and think about it. Like, I haven't done anything in the last couple of years. All I've been doing is I've been waking up, I've been seeing what my friends are up to, and then I plan my day around that. And I would just play with my friends for like 8 hours. And I did that for like the last couple of years. Because I couldn't figure out why I hated making videos. I know now, but like back then I was like, what? Why do I dislike it? And then I realized that the only thing that really made me happy was just playing with friends. That's all I wanted to do. I'd wake up in the morning, I'm like, yo, what's Alpha up to? You know? Is Setsu playing Unite? What's he doing? Is he playing Overwatch? We're playing Valorant, Apex with Barney? I don't know. Like, what's going on? And then I just go figure out what they're doing. And then we like walk our way around it. Do heist on GTA, you know. With LT, I play Fall Guys, Tetris. And I was happy. Is that weird? I was happy. For the first time in a long time. Like, I could legitimately say that I've been happy for the last couple months. Like, I have dark days, everyone does. Well, bad days, but it just kind of made me stop and realize, like, why I did this in the first place. Because, in a weird roundabout way, all of my friends, right? Setsu, Alpha, Wob, Barney, LT, you know, all the boys. I met them all through playing Mario Kart Wii. They're all Mario Kart Wii players. I mean, Tacos isn't, but that's because Tacos is a friend of Setsu's. Barney isn't either, I guess. But, like, all of my friends are from Mario Kart Wii. I met them all through Mario Kart Wii. It just kind of made me realize, like, the reason why... Well, not the reason, but I don't want to, like, prevent people from doing the same thing that I had. I don't want to prevent people from having the same experiences that I had. I don't know where you guys fall, or, like, who you've known or what you've met, but, like, if my platform allows me to help you make friends with people that you otherwise wouldn't have met, and it makes you happy, then that's something I shouldn't take away from people. That's the realization that I had. I came to the realization I don't want to prevent people from making friends, even in the Mario Kart Wii community, because there are still good people. I met a lot of nice people in the Mario Kart Wii community. You know, every community, they have their bad sour spots. All of them do. I don't want to take that away from anyone. More accurately, I don't think I have the right to take that away from anyone, you know? So, let's go back. Let's talk about, like, the end game. Let's talk about what we go from here. Where we go from here. I still have issues a little bit with Mario Kart Wii. I do. And I know, like, my biggest fear is that you guys are gonna go and walk away from this stream. And you're gonna go like, Ark is gonna play Mario Kart Wii again. That's my biggest fear. I don't want that to happen. Because then there's gonna be hundreds of people who are going like, he said that he wasn't gonna play Mario Kart Wii. What happened to that? Right? I don't want the takeaway from this stream to be, I'm going back to Mario Kart Wii. I want the takeaway for this stream to go back to be, I want you to do what makes you happy. If playing Mario Kart Wii makes you happy. If you find friends to play along with. And ultimately, that's the reason why I was interested. That's the crux of the reason why I was streaming this. Because I know that I've mentioned and I've said many, many times that I don't want to go back to Mario Kart Wii. Because I'm putting this thing where it's like, I go back and play Mario Kart Wii and I burn myself. And I gotta stop burning myself. Because that's stupid. But I also want to play, like, league matches with my friends. I have friends who still play Mario Kart Wii. And I want to play league matches with them. I want to play competitively with them. That's, you know, what I want to do. That's what makes things fun. Like, I play Overwatch too, not because I necessarily enjoy Overwatch. I've been grinding my Overwatch rank because my rank is so low that I can't play with my friends. That's why I've been grinding. So yeah. I will be going back and playing Mario Kart Wii. At some point or another. There are like a few other like smaller points that I want to make real quick. And these smaller points I think are just, it helps paint the picture. Number one, I am probably, okay, let me make something concrete. I know you guys like it when I say concrete things. Even though reality doesn't work like that. But just for the point, I'm going to say something very concrete. I am going to be quitting YouTube as a career. I've dabbled long enough to know that YouTube is not for me. That does not mean I will not be uploading videos. I will probably be derping around uploading videos. From your perspective, nothing will change. The channel's been dead. The channel probably will be dead for a little bit longer. But I am done making content. No, that sounds wrong. I am done being a YouTuber. Let's put it that way. I will make videos that I deem worthy of being made into videos. Videos will still be uploaded. Streams will still be done. But I am renouncing. You know, I don't believe in the YouTube. You know, when every kid you ask, what do they want to be? They want to be a TikToker. They want to be a YouTuber. Trust me, it's not as great as it sounds. It really isn't. I'm gonna do it a little bit more casually. After all, I do have 3 very important things that need to be taken care of. I have not quality. What am I saying? I read something that in chat. I have college to get ready for, and I would like to upload videos while I'm in college. I would like to upload during the time when I'm in college. But I also have to balance that with college work. And also with being with friends. And that's really the part that I haven't figured out yet, which is the balancing act. How do I make videos? How do I study? And how do I hang out with friends? And how do I find that life balance? That's a part that I don't know the answer to that. I'll figure that out later. But just know that I'm taking a break from YouTube as a professional. I am not going to be doing YouTube professionally. I am going to be doing YouTube for fun. And unironically, normally that goes better. I know a lot of really successful YouTubers who they don't have a strict regimen. They don't play the YouTube game. They just make videos for fun. And they're just good videos. And those are the videos that I enjoy. Alright. I'm sorry to say, like someone mentioned earlier, maybe this is just all clickbait. In a sense, it kind of is, because from your perspective, nothing will change. I will still be live streaming. I'll be uploading videos. I'm actually uploading like Valorant tutorials on my second channel. If you guys are interested, here, let me drop a link. I don't know how many of you guys are interested in Valorant, but I love Valorant. A lot of my friends are from Valorant. So if you guys want to... Hold up that sound. If you guys want to check out some Valorant... I don't know what I'm going to call it. Tutorials, videos, I don't know. I'm going to be doing some Valorant content over there. And I guess look forward to potentially some Mario Kart Wii footage on this channel again. A casual YouTuber. I don't like the term YouTuber. I just want to make videos. Videos to me are fun. Back when I was little, I used to make stop motion videos. Those were fun. Alright. I feel like I've exhausted the standard YouTube attention span. It's almost been an hour. I feel like everyone is beginning to lose interest, and it's like, not really. I'm beginning to lose focus as well. Is playing with TWD a possibility? Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a small little footnote about Rebalance. Let me talk to you guys real quick about Rebalance. What about Rebalance? Has it been officially given to Ross? Okay, let me talk to you guys a little bit about that, because there's some weird allegations going on Rebalanced right now. I really need to talk about that. This is very important. Okay? This next part, for all of you guys who are curious about Rebalance, this is for you guys, okay? I felt like this was common sense until I had a chat with those people, the people who are working on, very different kinds of mods and stuff. Let me put it this way. Let me make it very crystal clear about what the heck is happening, okay? Rebalance was completed. The mod is finished and was finished for the last 5, 6, 7 months. I don't know. Version 5.0 was the last release. Rebalanced is done. Okay? Yeah, I was I don't want to say this because I don't want to spread hate anymore, but like it was legitimately pissing me off whenever I keep getting messages and like I see people talking about this and they're talking like Arc gave up on Rebalance. I didn't give up on Rebalance. I finished it. Like what? No, I didn't give up on it. It was completed. It's done. I perfected it. Like it's complete. What? Things are finished. I didn't give up on it. I finished it. I understand that inside of the Mario Kart Wii community, oh, version 5.0, that's a hotfix. Yes, that's what I meant. That's the completed version. There was a bug in version 5.0 where there was a version 5.1. Yes. Version 5.1 is the completed build, okay? Yeah, it's finished. It's done. So let me talk to you guys about what you are allowed to do with Rebalanced. Because I feel like a lot of people didn't get the memo. All right? Real quick, terms of service. Where is a version 5.1? It was like a hot fix. It was like one of the vehicles was just like completely whacked, so it had to be tuned down. It was like a really quick hot fix. If you download the version, the latest version, that's the correct version 5.1 or version 5.01 or something. Let's get this clear. Terms of service. I'm not doing, like, listen very clearly, listen very intently to this. This is important. Terms of service. You are allowed to use rebalance mod, the rebalance mod, the infrastructure, the formula, the you could use it as a core, okay? It's like a component. It's like an engine in a car. You could use it as a component, as I don't know what to consider, as a component inside of your own mod. Listen carefully. You could use rebalanced for your own mod, in your own mod. All right? You are allowed to take rebalanced. You are allowed to modify it. You are allowed to mess with it. You are allowed to use it in your own mod. Foundation, thank you. You are allowed to use it as a foundation. You are allowed to use it as a component of your mod. Okay? Listen carefully. You could use it in your own mod. So when you're making a mod, let's say that I'm making a mod called, I see a clock. Let's call it clock mod, all right? The clock mod, okay? You could use rebalanced inside of said clock mod. So you have the custom vehicles and whatnot, but it's still clock mod, okay? You could use it in your own mod. You are not, here's what you're not allowed to do. I feel like this should be obvious. You're not allowed to plagiarize and take my mod. You're not allowed to make rebalance version 2. You're not allowed to make rebalance version 6. I felt like this was pretty obvious. You can, no, Remy, you could alter it. You could use it for your own mod. You are not allowed to make you're not allowed to brand rebalance version 6. You're not allowed to make rebalance version 6. You're not allowed to make rebalance 2. You're not allowed to do any of that. That is a violation to the terms of service. Yeah. Imagine if I went out and made a soft drink called Coca-Cola 2. I would get sued very quickly, right? You're not allowed to do that. You don't even have to credit me for rebalance videos. You can make rebalance videos as long as you keep them as rebalance. You're not allowed. Here's what you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to take rebalance as your own. Oh, I made rebalanced. This is my version rebalanced too. You're not allowed to do that. Okay? That is something you're not allowed to do. Now, granted, what Ross is doing, Ross didn't know this. So I'm giving Ross like a pass. He's okay on this. But I did tell Ross, you have to come up with a different name. You have to come up with your own mod. This has to be your own mod, and you could use rebalance as a foundation. You could even modify the vehicles. I don't have a problem with that. You can mess with the tunes, the physics, whatever. Knock yourself out. Have fun. Right? I don't want to limit your creativity. You're just not allowed to call it rebalance too. Alright, that's it. Clear and simple. No rebalance 2, no rebalance 3, no using the words rebalanced in your mod. Like, come on. Simple stuff, guys. Simple stuff. 6.5 ban. I would just steer clear away of like the developmental stuff. Like, don't call it stat mod. Don't call it version 6.5. Just make your own mod, and you could use that inside of your own mod. I don't have a problem with that. That I'm actually encouraging you guys to doing that. You know, have fun with it, mod it, break it. You know, knock yourselves out. No, Ross, you're in the clear. Don't worry about it, buddy. Yeah, just figure out a different name, and we're good. Right. Right. Are we clear? Does everything make sense? No, Ross, I want to encourage what you're doing. Like, when you come up with a new name, and when you figure all of that out, and when you brand it properly, and you know, let me know. I'll shout you out on the server, okay? I'll send people your way, right? Like, I want to encourage people to be creative. You just gotta remember that unfortunately there's some legal stuff involved. You can't just take someone's idea, okay? You can't make version 2 of someone else's idea. Like, I mean, you can, but like, use your brain, okay? It's not complicated. Yeah. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. That's the topic on rebalance right now. I hope that's crystal clear to everyone now. Yeah. All right. Imagine. Just steal clear. I know I didn't come up with the Re stuff, like that's from Revolution. But Rebalance, come on, guys, you could get more creative than that. I believe in you guys. Come on, you could do it. All right, Ross, good luck, man. Have a good remaining stream. Appreciate that, buddy. All right, I think that's everything. Oh, one final announcement. I think some people would be very excited to hear this. I am interested in going back into playing Mario Strikers again. I'm not sure how alive or dead the game is, but I am interested. I'm still interested in playing Mario Strikers. So for those of you guys who are interested and like curious about what's going on with that, there is a chance that I will join back, because now that I'm not doing it for money anymore, now that I'm doing it because I want to, I do enjoy Strikers. Strikers to me is fun. It just is. Okay? I know that the game is not great, but I would be interested in going back and playing Strikers. Definitely. Definitely. Alright. With all that said, I will be taking my leave. Splatoon stream when? That's a good question. I don't have Splatoon. My girlfriend plays Splatoon. I don't play Splatoon. Alright, I hope I cleared up a lot of things for you guys. Once again, appreciate it very much. Again, I am not coming back to Mario Kart Wii. Alright? It will not be the same. Having said that, I'm not going to limit myself from playing Mario Kart Wii either. Alright? Yes, you did. What about new circuit tutorials? I don't think I'm going to make Mario Kart Wii tutorials. I'm going to be honest. I'm so out of it. Like, I don't know the game well enough anymore. Stay safe, Ark. Yes, indeed. I certainly will try. I'm going to be playing more games. I'm going to be streaming more often. I think that's the one thing, like, streaming does not take anywhere near as much time as making a video. So I think for me right now, my two priorities are streaming, making shorter content, short videos, and studying and hanging out with friends. I'm going to be honest, I'm a pretty boring guy in that aspect. But you know what? That's all you need in life, you know? Very simple. Hopefully this wasn't too ranty. I'm hoping that I was able to get my points clear across. I'm going to post all of this. So in case if I look back, oh, that is too much. Rip. Is there a way to put 200cc in rebalanced? Unfortunately, no. You would have to recode everything, and the original guy who coded it, Atlas Omega, I don't know if he even has the source files anymore. And Germa, I don't think Germa's around. So I don't know. But anyway, I'll see you guys all next time. Thank you guys so very much for watching. And now that I'm not sick, I hope that I could stream more often. I would love to stream more often. Chatting with you guys. I felt like today would be a good chat day. I also want to play games. Very excited about games. Oh, the ISO patcher, also probably not. I don't expect anything new. Like I said, rebalanced is finished. I'm not going to try to like get tangled back into it again. I got other stuff to do. You know, please respect my time. All right, I'll see you guys all later. Thanks for watching.